Welcome back to Life Design Diaries. This is a pretty short episode that we really wanted to share with you today, and it has come from a trend that we've noticed since we've been speaking with people, and you may have seen it as well throughout the interviews on this podcast, but I think is a very, very important one.
Yeah, I think actually the trends that we've spotted, and then we've gone back and looked at our own experience, don't you think? And we've
100%.
realised like, oh yeah, actually that's a really, really cool thing to bear in mind.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's so important if you're listening to this now and you've either started your own business or you want to start your own business, and that is the importance of the very first sale.
Mm-hmm. And that could be anything. It doesn't need to be exchanging of money. It could be someone really buying into a pilot that you've started, or, you know, that first person that is willing to exchange information, that intent to work with you, to buy something from you, that sort of deal in principle is what we're talking about.
Exactly, yeah.
And also, not necessarily, if you're starting a food brand and you're making things in your kitchen and people are really enjoying your product, that counts as well. It doesn't have to be the first sale of your company as it is, or as you think it's going to be, you know? Yeah. It can be that lean startup sale.
Yeah, I think there's a moment in time when you go it alone, and of course before you do that there's always the question of, do I have a side gig, or do I like quit and then start? And I think both, from what I've found, is that both are relevant. Like, there are people that have quit and then went on to create great businesses, and there's people that have created side gigs. So I feel like we're constantly searching for the answer, like the rule book. And on that one, I actually don't think there is an answer.
Yeah, I think it's down to whatever shoe fits, don't you?
Exactly. It's your circumstance. But what I do think is even more important than both of those is getting that first sale. There's been such a trend for the people that we've spoken to, and like you said, our experience, that first sale completely shifts your mindset. It changes it from, this is an idea that I've got and I would love to do, and I maybe have spoke to a few people about it, but I'm not really I'm just kind of talking about it, to like, this is what I'm doing now. And you know, it's often said that your first sale is your most joyful sale. You get the most kind of buzz from that very first sale, and I think it's true. But I think what hasn't been noted much is what that does to your mindset. The kind of, although it feels good, of course it feels good, it's like your mental headspace changes. It really, really does. And a lot of the pressure of starting your own business kind of eases off, because you know that someone has paid, or like you said, participating in a trial or something like that. Someone's signed up for you, for whatever you're offering, whether that's a product or a service. Someone's signed up, and that's a great feeling, but also it gives you that conviction to build on your current situation. Yeah,
it's the fact that someone has seen what you can see and they want a piece of that for themselves, whatever that might be. So I think that does wonders for your confidence. And also it's sort of like loads the gun, puts you in action. You're like, right, now I'm committed to this person. I've got to get this thing done. I've got to sell this. And you want to do it really well, and you want to then get feedback. And I think that it just really starts the ball rolling, this sort of like ball of excitement almost inside you. That anticipation or worry that someone isn't going to buy leaves you. Exactly, and I think that, you know, you can get a bit more serious with what you're thinking, the direction that you're going, and really helps you lay the path of where you're going to take your business, whatever that might look like.
It's probably worth just clarifying as well that I guess family members don't count in this, or friends. So it's like that first person that decides to, you know, engage with your company, your product, your whatever, that you don't know.
Yeah, outside of your network.
Yeah, exactly. So there's no kind of bias in there, because that's when you really start, like you said about feedback and things, you're really like, okay, well, what background have they got? You know, what more can I find out about them to kind of help where you position it? So I think, like we said, it's been a big trend, and I actually think you can simplify things when you start your own business and put pretty much all your effort into getting that first sale. I would almost go as far as saying that, you know,
just sell.
Just get that sale. Yeah. Because there's so much to focus on. You know, you can do you know, a fancy website, or you can sort out all your accounting stuff. You know, there's loads of areas that you're probably jumping into for the first time. But what really glues it all together, and actually it's probably worth saying, it's the difference that I found between me interviewing someone and saying, how was that leap of faith for you? How was that step? Did you struggle? And them going, no, not at all. Or them saying, yes, I struggled loads. And normally the trend that we've spotted is the people that say, no, it seemed to be quite an easy ride, and one foot in front of the other, and it just kind of snowballed from there, are the ones that they managed to get a sale quick. They didn't have this 1, 2, 3, 6 month period of soul searching whilst they're trying to work out if they're going in the right direction. Instead, they left their jobs. They either had a sale in place or they got a sale, and then they just reacted. And then, like you said, you're in like active mode then, aren't you? Just progression. Yeah.
I often think that first sale is probably the hardest thing that you're going to do. You know, it's actually quite easy to sit on your website and titivate it, or post some stuff on Instagram, or, you know, do all of those nice things. But one of the things that you've been talking about recently, Ross, is what is the hardest thing that you need to do, and conquer that, rather than being distracted with the easy bits. So I think, like you say, you know, the crux of having a successful business and being able to leave your job, if you're thinking about it and you've got a side gig or whatever, is that you get some cash coming in through the door. So I think fundamentally, you know, it's very important that you focus on the hard thing, get the first sale, prove the concept, get money in the door, and build from there. It's like very good foundations that you lay for where you're going to go next.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like focusing on the hardest part and asking yourself that question quite regularly is something which I'm doing at the moment. And like you said, that pretty much always is making a sale. I could go right back to my previous career in the app world of app development, and use a scenario of building an app. Building an app is something which can be done. There's developers that can do it. It's not easy, but it can be done. The hard part is getting someone to pay for that app, getting users to that app. So how can you focus on that bit right at the start and kind of de-risk all of the other stuff, take out all the emphasis, and get to that first sale, the first user, the first pilot, the first, that first little bit of engagement from someone outside. I think that is such valuable advice.
Yeah, definitely. And to sort of round off, I think to wrap it all up in a nice bow for you, it also really helps you as a budding business person to take the heat off. And actually, if you've gone to your friends and family and you've said that I really want to do this, the authority that you actually bring when you then say, yeah, because someone's already paid into it, like, it makes it so much easier. There's so much more clarity in your own mind to go, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing.